Hi, this is a quick review of the Lonve 16GB MP3 player. So this MP3 player looks very familiar because that is a clone of the Apple Nano player. It comes with a box like this, very similar to the Apple box. You get a user manual, a little diagram, and then you have a mini USB charging cable. You also have this headphone here that look like the Apple earphone. So first of all, the user manual, pretty precise, has a lot of instruction, and it's pretty accurate, so that's good. Then you have this little small diagram of the unit. This diagram is completely wrong, as you can see. They said the menu button is in the middle, but in fact the menu button is up here. And then finally you have the player. The player itself is actually purple. Under this lighting condition it's showing up as blue and I haven't had time to adjust it, but it's actually purple here. So unlike the Apple iPod Nano, this has a similar layout, but the menu actually acts completely different and there's no wheel. So you have the menu button up here, play and pause, fast forward and rewind, and then you have volume button. At the bottom you have your mini USB charging port. Look like you have a microphone, a little hole here, but it's probably a microphone built-in. And then you have a headphone jack up here. Up top you have the power button. This is a hard switch. Turn it on like that, as you can see. And then that's how the unit come on. And it takes about 6-7 seconds for the unit to power on. You say welcome, and then you get this little menu here. And as you notice, as I was doing nothing, the play itself will power itself off. After about 30 seconds it will go off and it will stay off. And that's how it conserves energy. And then you have to turn it on and off again in order to get it to come on. So in the menu here you have music, movies, record, voice, you have FM radio, you have photos, you have setup, and then you have ebook, and then games, and then back to music. So the menu loop around. So after you select the item you want, you press menu to actually select it. Please wait, and you get in. So when you get in here, you have a song that was previously played. It will show up here. While the song is paused, you can press menu, and that will take you to this directory. And in this directory, you can actually move around. So like a Windows system, you have local, folder, delete file, delete all, and then exit. So you navigate left and right using this arrow right here. And you will think that to select, you press the middle button, but actually press the menu button. When you press that, it takes you to your root directory, that folder, and then you can actually go up a root directory, and then you can browse all your different folder that you put on now. So the way this work, I plug in the computer and I dump a bunch of songs on there, and then album, and some of them are just flat out in here. And you can see here, these are the menu. So to play something is very simple. All you have to do is just press menu, go down to the first song on that list, you press menu again, and it will take you to this area. And right now it's showing you that it's paused. To play it, you press the middle button here. And sometimes this middle button here, sometimes it doesn't rest though, it's just weird. You have to press it a little bit tough. And I think that's the downfall of quality build of these kind of thing. But right now it's playing a song. With the Apple player, if you listen to music and you unplug something, it will stop playing. That is not the case here, it will continue to play. And while the music is playing, the screen will go off after 5 seconds. And it will go to that screen standby mode, so it's not going to save battery. But if you pause the music and you don't do anything for about 30 seconds, the play will go off. To go back to the main menu, you hold out the main menu button, and you can also go next to the movies. In the movies, this thing will play movies. You have to convert it to your special format. It's called AMV format, and you have to get some kind of software to convert it. But inside, I'll show you right now. But inside you can access it, and in here there's a sample video I want to show you. So I'm just going to play the sample video, and it will play this side, just like this. Although it's hard to see in the camera, but it's actually a decent screen, show up pretty good. Let's go back. While the music or the video is playing, if you press the menu button, it will show you the option to shuffle and do all that stuff. But if you pause it first, you can actually go back to the screen where you can select different menu. I'll go back home. Next you have recording and voice. Recording, when you record, it actually uses an internal mic. It actually have a mic. It will record sounds, and then in order to play it back, you have to go to the voice setting to play back. The recording is actually pretty decent. The microphone is pretty sensitive, and the quality is pretty good, and it can record for a long time. And they use a pretty decent compression, so you can record for a lot. Next you have FM radio. The FM radio does work fine, you can see here. In the FM radio you can tune it, you can actually save the recording so it can record, there you go. And you can do a lot of different things, you can switch different band. It's nice that your small little player comes with an FM radio. However, you do have to have pretty good reception, so sometime outside you will get good reception, but sometimes in the house you might, your normal station that you pick up, you might miss them because there's a little bit of static because the antenna is not very good in this unit. Press the whole home menu to go to home. And next you have photo. Photo is pretty decent. You can select that, and then we'll press play, and then now we can see some different pictures, and then you can just go back and forth between pictures. Some pictures take longer to load, like the bitmap pictures take longer, but JPEG load up pretty fast, and there's the picture of the player itself. So back to go home, just hold down again, and next you have setup, and in setup you have a few different options. You have system time, LCD setting, language, power off, online mode. Online mode means when you plug it into the computer, what does it do? That's the online mode. Memory, how much memory is left. Firmware version, firmware upgrade. There's a firmware upgrade, but there's no way to do any upgrade right now. I do not know if any firmware is available. You have key tone, you can set it so when you press it make noise, and then you have exit back to the menu. You also have ebooks. This thing will load some ebook format. With ebook I was able to load some text files, and it works fine. It doesn't do PDF. I tried PDF, it doesn't do PDF, so it has to be a special ebook format. And finally you have games. It comes with 4 different games, and the games are really basic. Boxman is some kind of Chinese game. Tetris, can I show you right here, for example. So this is Tetris, pretty simple. And to exit you just hold out this button, and then go back to the game again, and you can go to for example Snake, for example. That's your typical Snake game. There you go. So you know it's here, but you know it's not a great setting for game or anything like that, and you can't add any new game. I don't see any option for that. As a music player, this thing works really well. Not only it play MP3, I find out it also play WMV, and on top of that it play FLAC format, so it does lossless format. I load up some FLAC song on here and it plays perfectly fine. So if you have some lossless format, put it on here, it works just fine. Plug it in on your computer, it'll show up as USB sticks. You can dump song to it, you can dump music, movies, whatever. You can dump it in here and it'll just find it in here. So while playing music, it doesn't make any noise, there's no hiss or anything like that, so it actually produces a really nice sounding for a small little MP3 player like this. Even though the build quality is not that superb, you do get this nice metal outside, and these buttons feel kind of clunky, but the unit itself is pretty good. You also have 7 different EQ to choose, ranging from pop to rock to bass boost. All works pretty well. So that's pretty much this MP3 player. I think overall it works really well. Not only it play MP3, it also play FLAC format, so that's really nice for those who are carrying a lot of music. 16 GB is plenty. There's no expansion, so that's what you get. And you can load up a ton of songs in here. I so far filled it up with about 4 gigs of song, and there's still plenty of space left. So some of the negative thing I found about this guy, first of all, the copy rate, this is very slow. It used a mini USB port, and I think it used like USB 1 or something. The speed is really slow. When I copy, I get 3 to 4 megabytes per second, and so dumping a lot of files took quite a long time. I just dropped it there and left it for like 15 minutes, and I got all the song I needed. But it does take a long time to load that. The other thing is that the headphone, these headphones are crap. They're really bad. They are the imitation of the Apple earpods, but they sound really horrible. It's flat, everything sounds nasty. So bring your own headphone. These things are not good at all. You can use them to listen to maybe podcasts and emergency listening in, but in general they don't sound very good at all. So overall, a really nice little MP3 player that does all kind of other functionality. To me, the movie player is a little bit gimmicky because it has to use a specific format, which I really don't like, because you have to convert all your movies to that format, and I didn't really care for it. So I use it mostly as an MP3 player. If you need to do recording of audio, that works quite well. And also, if you like to listen to FM, it works well as long as you have good reception. If you have kind of shady reception, it's not going to work well compared to something like your big stereo system. So I hope you short little review helped you in your purchase decision. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment below. And as always, stay tuned for future review. Thank you.